And here we go, going in to game number one between India bots represented by SKG and Jerimuno representing Mandarin Duck Squad. Score is currently 0-0, and we've got the British mirror on Adirondacks for game one. So we'll see. First of all, let's quickly check the map to see if everything spawned correctly. Alright, so we've got a starting second hunt over here. Starting in second hunt. Third is over here. And third for Jerimuno is over here. Hmm. I think hunts are fine. Slightly worse for Jerry, but they have the same amount of hunts. It's just that Jerry's hunts are slightly further away. Then this one is further from India bot than this one for Jerry. So I think we're good to go. Gold mines, 1, 2, 1, 2 here. Third is gonna be. Okay, so Jerry got this gold mine and Migo don't have it, but Migo got this one and Jerry didn't have it here. So I think this is fine. Let me know in the chat if everything is correct. Like if sound is okay, things like that. But let's see, what did players get in each one? We've got 40 woods, 40 coin, and 75 food for Jerimuno, and something similar for India bots, 50 coin, 100 food. Didn't see the stats, but we see a manor for market, sorry, for India bot, and 2 manors for Jerimuno. So I don't think this was a coin start. I think India bot went for the market with the 50 coin he had in his base. So India bot is gonna get the black bear while Jerimuno is working on the 90 food treasure. Three settlers first for Jerimuno. I guess we're gonna see the same thing from India bot unless he plans on starting with Virginia Company, but no, it's gonna go for 3 settlers as well. A nice 95 wood on top of the map. India bot should be able to pay that quite quickly with bear dealing 12 damage times 3 with treasure guardians, but Jerimuno is around, so have to be careful. Just with the fog of war on. I don't think Jerry scouted the top of the map just yet, but seeing his rally point for his hero is going straight for these treasures, so that could be a good pickup. Oh, and India bot starting it, so that's actually big. Oh, India bot got it. But Jerry was laying some manners at the same time, perhaps he didn't pay attention. I'll put the fog of war back on. Oh, it's unfortunate for India bot, but this hunt originally around here is going like behind the cliff, which is annoying to hurt. And for now, he didn't scout it just yet, so that could be quite painful. He's gonna scout the back of his base, and I believe he will find it. Oh, just missing it. We could see that on the minimap, but it's really unfortunate for India, because that could totally change his game plan. If he doesn't scout this part of the map, that could be quite tricky. There's a hunt over here that he can hurt a bit, but won't be able to bring that under his TC, so it's not that safe. Up and down. Okay, I'll raise my microphone. Okay, that should be a bit better now. Okay, so we've got 4-1 manos. Same thing for Jerimuno, and he's gonna bring his tower in the middle of the map. I like this decision. giving him some line of sight, a bit of control on this gold mine as well. Yeah, so Jerry was able to hurt this hunt under his town center, which is good for him. He's also got this one. And Migo, fortunately for him, he had a mana here revealing the map for him. A good move by Jerimuno snaring the tower and gonna get a lot of HP down out of that. And I think he's got some units in queue. Let's see around there. He's got 5 musketeers in queue, so he might be able to just rally these musks straight to the tower. Yeah, that's what he does. Like, you can see the red line over here, and he could potentially deny these outposts. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Migo will be able to pop 5 muskets in time.
I am sorely grieved.
We see hunting dogs being researched for India, but 5 musk popping and the hero snaring, so that could be a really good pickup for Jerimuno, for India, but sorry. The tower is gonna fire on the musketeers and the hero snaring, dealing additional damage and tanking a bit, and that could be a really good trade for India bot early on. So yeah, if we check units lost, 4 musketeers for 2. That's not massive, but that could matter. Like every kind of these trades early on in the British mirror is a really nice thing to get. Any food as well will help Migo getting additional musketeers, I guess. Jerry dropped the market. Does he have anything? Yeah, hunting dogs coming now. Text being research. No steel traps just yet. Migo feeling comfortable making a lot of manners instead. Shipment sent 600 wood and 5 years for India bots, so quite a different build order so far. 600 wood for a second Rax, while Migo went for 5 villagers, a bit more of an economic shipment, and we can see that in the recalculated economic unit pop. Okay, so the sound seems to be better. I'm just gonna check that the donation bar is not hiding anything. Let's move it over here. There we go, perfect. Alright, back to the game. Few musketeers patrolling on the bottom for Jerimuno. And is Migo on the second Rax just yet? Not just yet, so I guess he's gonna wait for 600 wood perhaps to drop his second military building, but Jerimuno should have a window where he's gonna pump more musketeers in. We see the military population being quite equal at the moment. Migo trying to push tower from Jerry, but they have the same mass, so it's not gonna be possible. So a bit of a stealth mate so far. Steel traps for Jerimuno and no steel traps just yet for India bot. Is researching placer mines now? And 5 years for Jerimuno. So now the economic population is quite equal. Jerry got 1 man and more, but that's not game changing. So a bit of a slightly different build orders. We see the cards coming pretty much at the same time. Jerry's gonna go for a few musketeer raid. He knows that there's a hunt over here, so he's gonna patrol and try to see if there's any villager getting line of sight, dropping manners, or just gathering around there. Not gonna find anything though. Regarding the macro, I don't think any players is looking to age just yet. Maybe Migo if he decides to send 700 wood now, he's got 1 shipment on the way. But that could be a good trap from Jerimuno. He's got a few muskets on the bottom. He's gonna bait the musketeer mass from India bot like that and bring his main army at the same time. We've got 1 musketeer raiding on the right side, but not doing much. Probably gonna get TC fired. Yeah, there we go. Jerry's looking to age. They both have a shipment on the way, so we'll see. I guess Jerry will send a musketeer upgrade here. And Migo perhaps was trying to macro for a nature, but probably not gonna go for it. It seems Jerimuno got more musketeers, but India bot will have the reinforcements advantage here. He could pop 10 musk from behind and maybe a 6 musketeer shipment or a unit upgrade at the same time. And Jerry got musketeer attack now, calling Minutemen, popping a few musk from the back. Musketeer attack coming in from India bot as well. So this was looking good for Jerry for a moment, but I think he quite overextended here. And I mean, yeah, the reinforcement advantage and getting the Minutemen in time is definitely something for India bot. Jerry not getting punished too much. The military unit population remained the same at the time being. But it's gonna be soon the time where players will extend on the map. We already see a villager on top for India bot. Perhaps we'll try to drop additional manners on top of the map. Get line of sight. He's going for a raid over here. But he's gonna get spotted by this house. And I hope he's gonna go back. Yeah, no, he's gonna just lose a few musketeers here. Perhaps a bit of a misclick. Perhaps he wanted to go around. But yeah, quite a good pickup for Jerimuno. He's gonna kill 2 musk and go back. Musketeer HP now. And Musketeer HP for Jerimuno, for India bot as well. So quite a close fight here. I'd like to see Jerry tower firing the low HP Minutemen here. A good micro from India bot sniping a few musketeers. But it's really close for sure. They have the same military, they have the same eco. It's just gonna come down to who takes the base trade, and oh, I think this is massive for Jerimuno. Oh, this is definitely an insane trade for Jerimuno. Popping 10 musk over here. India bot maybe not paying attention, and he's gonna lose a ton of musketeers in the process. He's trying to retreat, but Jerimuno called Minutemen as well, and this is gonna be very good. He's moving a few musketeers forward and trying to get as much value of his position as possible. And oh, even going for the snare. I like this decision. Unfortunately, will not connect, but the military unit graph is the gap is massive now. Jerry's really far ahead. He's gonna try to force the issue and push even more, but maybe India bot could come back with a 6 musketeer shipment and a batch popping from these 2 Raxes, and I think it's his only hope at the moment. He's got a batch popping, but gonna get sniped instantly by these musketeers. 6 musk popping from the tower as well. Maybe an additional batch from this Rax. His main army coming back. 6 musketeers coming in for Jerimuno as well. Didn't pop them from the tower though, so they will have a bit of walking time, but still fine for him at the moment. And yeah, these trades goes in the favor of Jerimuno. So like, one mistake from India bot is just costing him the game here. He didn't really pay attention about his army movement going forward here and got cornered and just lost everything. GG. India bot taking the game number 1, scoring 1 point for SKG here. And if we look at the graph, yeah, we're gonna see that the ecos are really similar. India bot being slightly ahead, perhaps because of we cannot see anymore about having hunting dogs before, getting placer mines as well. And I mean the military pop. I mean, this was quite even. The trades were quite even a good trade for India bot over here. And then yeah, Jerry taking like kind of a bad trade over here, losing a bit of musketeers, but India bot pushing forward behind the 2 Raxes in the tower, and Jerimuno having a huge power spike here and just getting an insane trade, and yeah, snowballing till the end of this game. Okay, let's see the picks. Jerimuno has 2 picks first, and he's gonna lock in auto. I'm just gonna catch myself some water really quick, and I'll be right back.
Oui.
Alright, and we are back for game number 2. In this playoff 5 between Jerimuno representing Mandarin Duck Squad and Indiapods playing for SKG. Mandarin Duck Squad and Jerimuno had to pick first for game number 2, and he locked in with Ottoman. And Indiapod decided to counterpick that with China. Interesting choice. I think one of the specificities of this map is having an extra wood crate when you start. So I guess it benefits both of these sieves really. China is gonna get 400 wood start, which means they can drop a TP in the village instantly, and it's not gonna affect his age up at all. And Jerimuno is gonna go for a trading post for sure. Deleting is Mosky though, so I'm not sure what he intends to do. Perhaps he's gonna go for 2 TP start, which is also fine. But let's quickly check the map to see if everything's spawned correctly. We got a stalling and a second Wakano for both players. Third hunt over here and here is really symmetrical. 3 hunts at the middle. 2 over here. 1 gold mine, gold mine, gold mine. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The map is perfectly fine. So let's turn the fog of war on to see what players are doing at the moment. There's a nice 45-foot treasure over here for Indiapod. It's probably gonna work on that. Yeah, it does. Jerry's gonna go for a second trading post. My bad, it's not 1-0 Indiapod, it's 1-0 Jerimuno. So Indiapod, aka Migo, scouting the map around the TP line, gonna get himself a pass here, but not too influential. He's already got his first ship on the way. Jerry happy to get himself 2 trading posts. There's also this 1 coin treasure. I believe he took 1 shot out of one of these treasure guardians, but Vigo being fortunate and spotting that on time, and he's gonna try to deny that. And a bit of dancing around this treasure is quite funny. Jerry doing a good job staying away from the snare of the Chinese hero. Bruce Lee. That's a really cool name. Let's see. Jerry's gonna try to go for it, and I'm pretty sure he got it. Yeah, India but didn't try to contest it. Perhaps he tried to click and got an unfortunate bug, but it's part of the game. Jerry's gonna lose a lot of HP on the process. He's not even gonna try to run away. Be happy to take some damage out of the Disciple, and perhaps will die under his training post, where he will be revived upon age up. Good micro for India, but putting his Disciple in cover mode and just avoiding the melee damage. And yeah, he's gonna try to get away now. Yeah, he's gonna get away. And we've got a forward villager over here for Jerimuno. He's not gathering any wood. He's got 1 billion coin and everything else on foot, which might indicate some. Um, let's see what he's aging with before taking any illusion. He's aging with the governor. I think this is 400 wood, but I'm not sure. His macro could indicate a tower FF as well. So we'll see what he ages up with. I'm a noob caster, my bad. And regarding Miko's macro as well, 9 bills on food, a few on coin. This is probably gonna be an FF for China as well. So India is gonna go back here. She's curious choice. He could have stayed under the TC and try to kill the Auto Explorer upon age up, but he decides that it's more important to scout what Auto does, and I totally agree. If we had a look on the China base right now, yeah, definitely gonna be an FF, gathering a lot of coin. And yes, sneaky tower for Jerimuno, but there are the coin crates and the STC is still not gathered entirely, so Migo will know what's up. He knows that's the tower and the coinage up. Didn't spot the tower just yet. He's got his disciple in position, so perhaps we'll anticipate this and be like, hold on, I didn't see anything on the middle. My hero was going this way, so I didn't see any tower here. I don't see any tower here with my disciple, so perhaps Jerimuno is going for a tower on the side of the cliff. 700 coin first for Ottoman. Pretty standard for this build order. He's gonna click in under 5 minutes, which is quite remarkable. Yeah, clicked up now. TC firing the Chinese monk, which is I mean, sure, it's good if you can kill it, but this guy can just cover mod the TC fire and he's really good at tanking TC shots, so all in all, perhaps not the greatest trade for Jerimuno, but it's not that impactful anyway. Yeah, Migo is gonna spot the tower now. He knows what's up. Rax coming in for Jerimuno, so he's gonna train Janissaries out of that. Perhaps we'll see an early Falconet shipment. And that's why auto on this map is so good. If you get the wood start, you can start with 2 trading posts. And like, if you go for this kind of FF build order, like this is really smooth. He had the 700 queen times 700 wood back to back. He's got another shipment ready upon a job. So it's really smooth for Jerimuno. Bit of tension here. And yeah, Jerry's gonna lose his Explorer, unfortunately. He doesn't know what India is edging with. Could guess that that India bot is edging with the Scum Wonder for China. Because that would make sense versus an aggressive playstyle like Tower FF from Jerimuno. Houses going up for Jerry, getting some pop space, loading 200 wood. Just enough to take veteran Janissaries if he wants to. Smart wall from India bot going up. Trying to buy as much time as possible, but this build is gonna get denied. Oh, India bot not reacting on time, so he's gonna lose one villager. A bit painful, but not the end of the world as well. Good trade from Jerimuno, sieging a part of the wall, so every part connected with this wall being sieged is gonna go down quite fast. Getting some idle time, not gonna deny this village unfortunately, but killing the Chinese monk before the age up, which is really good, 90 XP for him. He's gonna try to clean the H2 Chinese army, but yeah, Migo is gonna pop Minutemen. Good macro for him, having just enough resources to pop Minutemen. He's gonna kill a few Hussars with that. A lot of macro from both sides. Jerry trying to get as much value of his Hussar age up. Janissaries is going first, so gonna put a lot of pressure with that, but he doesn't have any more cav, and this is quite a problem because Amigo is gonna Herald Age with the Skirms now, and if he pops them on this side, oh, a bad rally point though, but still gonna be fine, I guess. Yeah, gonna lose some skirmishes in the process, but he's got his monk to snare and tank the Janissary shot while the Skirms will do the DPS on the back of that. I believe 6 Arquebus is just enough to one-shot the Janissary. I'm not entirely sure about that, but still getting overall good trades here. He's gonna finish this wall, and I'm not sure how Jerry is gonna follow this pressure with. Maybe 2 Falconets, or maybe cavalry shipments. No, it's gonna be 2 Falconets. He's already got a shipment almost ready. I hope we go anticipate the Falconets and go for like hand mortars. Does he have them in deck though? Yes, he's got 7 hand mortars, so that could definitely be a good option at this point. 11 Chengdaos though. Perhaps anticipating 5 Hussar shipment from the Ottoman player. Getting some free shots with his skirmishes on the Janissaries, but this is a scary push. It's only 9 minutes into the game, and we already see 20-ish Janissaries and 2 Falconets push on Chinese base, and this village is gonna go down, and China is gonna be popped now. So could be quite tricky for Vigo to hold that. Does he have a shipment on the way? I'm not entirely sure about that. He just sent 11 Cheng now, so I don't think so. And how do you kill these Falconets if you don't have any meteor hammers? Does he have anything here? Oh no, 7 hand mortars actually. Big ship, my bad. So he's gonna deal with these Falconets quite easily actually now. And yeah, and now he's got skirmishers and Chengdaos versus pure Janissaries at the moment. And I believe Jerimuno went for 1k wood. So he's gonna try to drop an artillery foundry with that, but I mean, there's no way he's gonna lose his forward base, right? There's 7 hand mortars for the siege damage. He's got arquebusiers, minutemen, and a few Chircanoes to deal with the Janissaries. And I mean, this forward base is toast, basically. He's making an artillery foundry at home. Um, ooh, that could be painful for India, but oh, the pathing, man. I think he rallied all his units to this direction, but the cleave being between, like the Chengdaos decided to go this way and not the other one, and yeah, Jerry getting a few free kills, and I think he definitely needs that in this situation because China did a really good job at holding the pressure. The only thing he really lost was a village, and yeah, he did a really good job with like his Minutemen to deal with the Hussars upon age up and the Janissaries being trained. So I think he's in a good spot. He's gonna decide to push the TP line. Oh, good trade from Jerimuno. He's gonna snipe low HP and mortars with his hero. That's some top tier, top player stuff around there. So this TP is probably gonna go down. There's 5 Aegis guns being taken to veteran right now, but he doesn't have the mass just yet to really challenge. Never mind, 5 more on the way and the upgrade on the way as well. So he's gonna be fine for the time being, for sure. Um, Definitely got the potential. Should wait for the veteran to upgrade. Perhaps he really want to save this TP. He's gonna kill a few hand mortars. Haber's gonna straight destroy them really. Oh, there's a flying crow. That could be something. But Migo is kind of wasting it. He's gonna get 1 A boost and a few skirmishers body as a trade, but I think overall this is a really good trade for Jerimuno. Did he transition to market yet? No market for Jerry, so all the resources he's gathering now is quite low and inefficient, but we'll see if he decides to get a market. It's definitely worth it if you can get place mines when you're making a lot of Avis guns. What do we have for India? But 10 skirmishers. Okay, that's a curious choice. Perhaps 5 meteor hammers would have been slightly better in this situation. Try to deal with the Avis guns, but he's got a solid skirmisher mass, and Jerimuno is going to try to poke as much as possible. But Migo has much more skirmishers than Jerry has Avis guns, so even if Avis beats skirmishers, then Migo should be able to get really good trades on these Avis. 1k coin for Jerimuno. I wonder what he's gonna do with that. I guess he's gonna spam units out of that. He could go for Mamelukes as well, which would be an option. But the Chinese mass is growing much faster than the Ottoman mass, and it's gonna get really hard to challenge this mass if you don't have at least 20 ABs, I think. 20 ABs would be good versus this composition, but it's really hard to mass them as Ottoman, and he already sent 5 as well. What do we have here? A lonely hand motor patrolling the coast. Be like, yeah, I'm gonna chill around here, you know, like be the king of the world. Just scouting perhaps if Jerry got any dock on the shore. And Jerry's scouting around as well, both using their units and heroes the best they can. There's a red coat right here. Could get some juicy kills on this gold mine, but not sure if Migo is really paying attention. So 40 neighbors starting to mass a lot. What is China doing at the moment? Perhaps he's waiting for a shipment. That makes sense. His last shipment was like 2 minutes ago. Probably get like 5 meteors on the way, or he's already got territorial or army combat. Treasure contention on the top of the map. Jerry is stealing 40 coin. Finally, Jerry heading a market with his second TC. So his eco is not the worst. Usually, Ottoman eco is quite poor. He's got some issues to deal with these red coats. Manchu's coming in for Indiabot, and he's really trying to push here. Heaviest guns will have to do miracles and kite the best they can to get like really good trades here. And where are the main army? Oh yeah, Jerimuno Chance being a bit out of position, and he's also got 5 Avis on the side. Not the greatest position. Should call Needman from his TC. Yeah, he does really good things. Probably tank with his Janissaries and use the Avis to snipe as much anti-cav as he can. Really good map from Jerimuno focusing on both sides. But all in all, I think, yeah, India but Tommy is just much stronger at this point, and Manchu's doing really well versus Jans and Avius. And yeah, Jerry's resigning, GG. Well played by India bots, really handling the Ottoman FF really well with China, sending motors at the correct time to deal with these two fucking. And yeah, bringing 1 point for SKG. Yeah, I really think that was the game deciding moment. It was the two Falconate push from Jerimuno, like trading his Falconate for basically one village over here, and not getting the greatest value out of that, and really well anticipated from India bot sending 7 hand motors in time. Oh, let's hope he shows back up. Alright, it's India bot turns to pick this time, and the next map is going to be Adirondacks, Lumaco, Tuparo. Yeah, and Migo has to pick first. So let's see what he decides to pick on this map. It's a really interesting map because, as you can see on the minimap, there is 2 trade line, but there's also one spawn where there is a line in the middle between the 2 DCs with like 4 trading posts. And yeah, controlling the TP line could be really good. There's not tons of hunts on this map as well. And Migo is gonna go with Iroquois. Let's see if he locks this civilization pick. Yes, he does. So let's see what Jerimuno decides to play here. Let's think. What would do fine versus Iraq on this map? Um, See if like Germany maybe would do fine since there is like two gold mine under the TC. Um, British, I guess. Dutch is an option. There are several CIFs picks you could go for Japan, etc. Jerimuno taking his time to prepare his counter pick to Iroquois on this map. But for the ones who just tuned in, the score is currently 1-1 between these two players, Jerimuno representing Mandarin Duck Squad and IndiaBot playing for the Somali Kabuli Gaming team. Yes, Fafi, you're allowed to mirror the opponent's save. So Jerry could go for an hero mirror here. The only saves he cannot play are Ottoman and British. And same thing for India, but he cannot play China and British. And Jerry's gonna go for France. Okay. Um, Interesting pick. I think Hero is slightly better than France in this matchup, but depending on the spawn of the TP line, their game plan could be totally different from what I would personally expect. So we'll see. We have the spawn with the two separate TP lines. Sorry. And we got a coin start as well. 40 food here, and Jeremy already track shotting and getting it. Let's put the fog of war on as well. Mika is gonna spot this 100 XP treasure on the back of his base, and that's really good to pay this treasure early on. Definitely gonna help him to get his 3 villager shipment at the beginning of the game. Harassing the Travois with his native scout as well, so Hero will have to drop that in his base. What is this? 100 food for Jerry could be something as well. He's going for a market start, which I really like on coin starts. It's much harder for Iroquois to do the same. Let's have a quick look on the map to see if hunts are fine. So both have their starting hunt, second hunt over here and here. Third kinda in the middle, but so it is for India bot. There's one in the back, one in the back. 2 gold mines, 2 gold mines. And yeah, I think the map is totally fine. Something to consider on this map is the number of coin mines spawning on the left side of the map. A lot of gold mines. So yeah, we might see some action in the later stages of the game around these locations and players trying to get themselves some coin mines together from. So yeah, Miko is getting his 3 villager under 2 minutes, which is really good for Iroquois for sure. Jerry gonna get his 3 CDBs a bit later. But he got himself 40 food over here and 100 food, so definitely gonna have a smooth A job. Could decide to research Gangso as well, I guess. It's not going for it at the moment, but perhaps he will not since he went market start on coin start. We'll see. Very coin. It's always good if you can get these kind of free treasures. I know, tell us your life story while he decides. I'm not gonna mention that on stream. Oh, good cover mode from Jerimuno. I don't know if you guys could catch that, but India would try to crack shot the native scout from the French civilization, and Jerry was able to cover mode in time, so he's taking way less damage from this crack shot. So this Age 1 from Aero has been pretty good in terms of coin. He's already got 240 in his bank, so more than 100 resources in coin found in treasures. And both players are gonna go for a TP on the same side. Jerimuno being active with his native scout in the middle of the map, trying to figure out what India bot is going to do. And I mean, Migo is gathering a lot of coin at the moment, so he's gonna go for defensive Wahat, and I think we're gonna see some 5 years and then the 800 crate resources, sorry, into a fast fortress from Iroquois. And Jerry's gathering a lot of coin as well, so maybe gonna decide to FF himself or go for like some semi fast fortress playstyle. We'll see. There's a nice 80 food to pick up on the top. And Indiabot is working on this 250 food treasure. And that could be a good pickup. Tanking with the pirate who has a lot of HP. And yeah, gonna get a lot of value out of that. Basically training a pirate and probably his Jaguar for 250 food. Definitely worth it. 5 years for Iroquois. And 4 CDBs for France. It's a pretty standard opening. There's a Raxin base for Jerimuno. He's training units though. He's training musketeers. So Miko is gonna get super fast fortress actually. He's already almost got the resources to edge without even sending the crates just yet, but I think he's still gonna go for it. Yeah, definitely something to consider. It's gonna speed up his age up time by a lot, and we're gonna see Iroquois aging under 7 minutes, probably 640, 645 or something like that. Few musketeers for Jerry, but they're not gonna do much. I think Migo is trying to pull his big boy away, as he likes to call him. Jerry's making more musketeers, but I mean, Indiabot is aging fast, and this is ridiculous fast fortress time, really. 635, I guess it's gonna be really fast, and Jerry followed that with 700 wood. So if he decides to age, it's gonna take a while. It's adding stable as well. Does he have any more anything here? No, no musketeers in queue. Yeah, 645 for India bot hitch up really fast. So let's see what these 15 musketeers can do for France. I don't think they're gonna do a lot. Crackshot coming in, oh, killing 2 musketeers instantly. Big button being called by India bot trying to defend his Wahat. And I think if he gets some forest rollers out, he's totally fine in the situation. And yeah, just sacrificing a few tomahawks just to make sure that he saves his Wahat. And yeah, forest rollers are popping, and he's gonna get a lot of value out of that. Jerimuno not going back just in time, so he's gonna lose a few musketeers in the process. And he's aging right now, but there's a really good window for Indiabot to do whatever he wants, really. Could follow that with perhaps the crates, or perhaps Forest Prowler, 6 Kanye, 5 Musket Riders, whatever he wants, really, and try to put the pressure on France. Or being happy to go greedy himself and just send the crates, or a military shipment. So yeah, pretty standard game so far. Yeah, the crates for India bot. Sorry, yeah. I really like this decision. So we're gonna get into H3, where both civs have different strength. French economy is slightly better than Iroquois, and it scales better as well. But Iroquois' army is way stronger than the French one, so it often depends on how well the falconet trade will go for France. It decides to game usually. But yeah, we'll see. A few leftover musketeers from H2 going for a raid, or perhaps siege the trading post. Wonder what Jerimuno is gonna send just now. Probably gonna go for a military shipment here. There's 5 musket riders for India bot, and he's gonna push with a decent mass of infantry already. Six Kanye coming in and already tagged to elite H3 units, and it's skirmishes for Jerimuno, but he only got 3 dragoons, and this could be a scary push if he doesn't pop more anti-cav here. Oh, crackshot going in, oh, getting a lot of damage on these skirmishes. Oh, more dragoons being trained. So, Jerimuno might be fine for the time being, but he has to micro really well if he wants to deal with these Kanye horsemen. He doesn't have a lot of resources in base as well, so he will eventually have to push out at some point. There's a raid coming in from the right side, and might get a few kills here. Dragoons being pulled, good reaction time for Jerimuno, so he's gonna save all these villagers, just getting a bit of idle time, but not the end of the world. He's got a decent skirmisher mass, and he's got as many skirmishers as India but got forest rollers basically. So Migo seeing that he cannot put as much pressure as he wanted to on the French base, he's gonna decide to simply go for the trading post and trying to get some value here. He groups his forest roller with a native scout, so oh, that could be a decent pickup for Jerimuno. Gonna try to kill a few forest roller. Crash coming in again. Wow, gonna kill 2 skirms here and get a lot of damage on the other ones. And 8-4 is probably being shipped and coming as reinforcements, and 2 Falconets France, but you will have to micro super well and use the choke as best as possible if he wants to get as much value out of these Falconets. And a good thing Migo is not focusing them just now, but can you have a multiplier versus artillery, and you will probably be able to kill one of the Falconets, and you still got really good mass of Musket Riders to pick up the other one, and yeah, this one is just GG really. And yeah, GG. Really well played by IndiaBot here. Really quick game. I think IndiaBot's build order is just better than French Musketeers semi. Because yeah, as we saw, basically Iroquois is fighting with one more H3 shipments, and that makes a big difference, especially considering that Iroquois units are much stronger. Yeah, India but got more military pop and stronger units, so pretty logical game. So the score is currently 2-1 for India bot here, and Jerimuno will have to pick first for the game number 4. The map is Wadmalo.
Oui.
Let's see what Jerry decides to pick on this map.
Oui.
Yes,
Oui.
Civ reset. So both players can play the civilizations they played in the first 3 games. So for Jerry, it was Ottoman, British, and France, and for IndiaBot, it was British, China, and Iroquois. Let's quickly check the chat. While they are deciding their civs picks, let's have a look on the games that will happen like tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Tomorrow at 14 GMT, we've got Hatamoto Samurai uh, playing versus. I can't really see who. And then we've got Sompogonku playing versus King of Hosman tomorrow at 4 p.m. GMT. Tomorrow at 9, we've got Kevin Italian playing versus the Only Boss. And in 2 days, we've got Flantier versus Minimots, I Am Turk versus Daruga, Nushaba versus Soldier, and the winner versus Holivesa. Okay, Jerry is going for Japan. Sorry, Nico. I cannot help you with your Civ picks. I think Aztec would be a really good pick versus Japan on this map. Portuguese. Okay, that's interesting. Honestly, it's been a while we haven't seen some Portuguese water boom in tournament games. So perhaps we'll see that. Perhaps we'll see some ATP with the TP line on one meadow. Or perhaps we're going to see more of a stand game with pressure from Portuguese crossbow type of play. We'll see. Different options for India bot here. And this is not one matchup we often see as well. Portuguese versus Japan. Um, on regular maps, I think this is a really good matchup for Japan. But on this kind of map, it could be really different. Let's quickly check the map as well. 2 gold mining base, starting second hunt as well, third middle, fourth on the side. Yeah, seems good to me. On the island, cows, berries, and coin treasures. So yeah, let's put the fog of war on. Let's see what we got here. 50 food for Miko. So he's gonna go market here. Yeah, definitely a good decision. He's got the coin for it. So I guess he's just gonna get hunting dogs out of that. Perhaps he will go for a 10-10 or oh, he's got 80 coin here. Okay, so that could definitely be the coin you need for a house, and he's gonna use his canoe as well, and it's really good use of this unit. Definitely worth going in market as Portuguese when you have this kind of start with these treasures around your base. And let's check what Jerimuno is doing at the moment. He found himself 20 coin and 30 food. So not the greatest treasures just yet, but he's working on this 70 food as well and gonna get it. Oh, 70 wood here, but Jerimuno spotted that and he's definitely gonna go for the contest. Yep, and Jerry's gonna steal it. A bit of BM between these two players. It's always good to see friendly BM. What do we have remaining? 140 coin. Really good treasure, but hard to pick as well. And Jerry's just following Indiabot's Explorer. India bots hero names are getting really out of control. And Japan already aging, and so does Migo actually with Portuguese. Quite fast agent for both Steves so far. Just having this extra canoe gathering a bit of food helps as well. It's not like the gather time is really slow, but still something to consider. I think someone did the math and that you needed like 25 minutes or something to just gather 500 food from with this canoe. But yeah, Migo going for a training post, no ATP going in, but he sent schooners instead, and Jerry's going for Heavenly Kami. So different playstyles so far. We're gonna see Water Boom from Portuguese, and we're gonna see Land Boom from Japan. Let's have a quick look on players' deck. Oh wow, that's a really heavy water deck for Portuguese. Benstock schooners. Um, I forgot the name of this card in English. Sorry, but yeah, gathering upgrades for boats, heavy fortification as well. And for Japan, what do we have? We have a land deck actually, so probably not planning on denying water. And we see a dock going up for India bots and going for a TP. So this is kind of see type of build orders. You hedge with 12 years, and you go for a trading post before a dock, and so you get shipments that can help with your water boom, like 700 wood first, and then rendering plant or something like that. But so first dock, second dock's going up for India bot, and I think Jerimuno is was able to just scout what's up. Second down center going near the shore as well, like just securing this wall segment and the shore as well, and these docks. And how is Jerry gonna respond to that? He's going for an early Rax in the consulate, sending 600 wood first. So not going super heavy on his shrine boom just yet. We'll see how that goes. That's gonna be interesting for sure. So yeah, wood crates for both players. India bot is gonna spam uh, fishing ships out of that. And Jerimuno is going a bit greedy as well. Already 80 pop of shrine, the market. He's got the tier 1 food upgrade, probably gonna research the wood and the all resources later. Second food upgrade already. He's going for a training first as well. And India bot is going for a second layer of wall, so really gonna try to abuse abuse the strength of Portuguese. What a booming and perhaps later stages of the game going for like castles behind walls with high attack artillery and things like that. A few Yumis going in for Jerimuno, gonna try to poke on the side, and 5 clubs being trained from the Japanese consulate as well. Gonna work on the TP line, and I guess Cherry is gonna try to go for the stagecoach play here. That makes sense. He's already got 1 TP. He's both explorer on a position to get a second one. So instead of like hard rushing Portuguese to TC and walls, he's gonna go for more of an economic playstyle with Yumi clubs and stagecoach. Let's check shipment sent, 4 years to follow that. So recalculated economic unit population at the moment is quite equal, but render and plane going in for India bot, so that's gonna help Bigger boosting his fishing ships economy. Still no upgrade for his fishing boats from the dock just yet. I forgot the name, like Long Lines or something like that. Not entirely sure. But yeah, Jerry going for the second TP. Does he have stagecoach on the way? I'm not sure. There's no way to check that on the UI. I cannot translate that in English, sorry. But yeah, the first dock upgrades for fishing boats is going in for India bots. Jerry's doing a good job with his canoe scouting what's up on water. He's gonna see the water boom, and he's gonna go 600 with full VS, so going full greedy as Japan as well with the stagecoach line. So I think the economies are quite equal at this point. And wow, I didn't see that, but I guess Cherry had his Yumis into his canoe, and he went for a raid and killed one villager over here. That's quite a greedy move. I mean, canoe doesn't have that much HP, and if you just lose it to double TC fire, then just basically lose 5 Yumis for free as well. But if he did that and he succeeded, that's definitely a good move. No age up on the way just yet for Jerimuno. He made a couple extra Yumis, and India, but he's trying to age as well. $600 coin for Japan. Probably gonna be an age up as well. Gonna kill the Portuguese hero. Stagecoach is in, so the economies at the moment are quite similar. No dock for Japan, so not trying to contest the water just yet. Perhaps he will go for this option later on, but for now, just gonna be happy sieging the walls. And again, really good use of this trick, allowing you to just to siege effectively with a couple units, every wall segment being connected by each other and just reducing all their HPs. A few musketeers being trained by India, but while aging, and where is this TC wagon gonna pop? It's gonna pop up here, and I'm curious to see where it decides to drop it actually. He's gonna try to drop it on the shore. Okay, that's probably gonna work. Big really going forward with that when you have such a defensive playstyle, but if Japan doesn't spot that, then yeah, this CC is gonna go up. Trying to rebuild the wall, Club's gonna come harass a bit, but there are a few musketeers. So Portuguese is H3, Japan is aging to H3. We'll see what they decide to do, if we're gonna see some industrial playstyle, or if we're gonna see Fortress War. Such crazy economy for Portuguese already, 58 recalculated economic unit population, and we can see that on this macro, it's gonna pump a lot of units out of that. 1k wood first for India bots, going really greedy, and he's training Castle, so he's gonna play H3 here. Training Castle is probably gonna get more infrastructures, more upgrades, more docks, etc. with these 1k wood. Jerry's aging as well with the golden pavilion, so he's gonna get a few extra Yumis out of that. But still, yeah, recalculated ecos are quite even, and even in this situation where Portuguese is getting away with free water boom, this game is definitely not over. Japan is extremely strong versus Portuguese units. Yumi's really destroyed castles. So we'll see what's going on. A canoe harassing these fishing boats. Even if it doesn't do much damage, it's still quite annoying because every time the canoe shoot on your boats, they are running away from resources, so you have to retask them. Perhaps we'll see India bots coming with his canoe to snipe Jerry's one, or maybe train some warships to defend the coast as well. We'll see. So yeah, heavy Yumi and a few clubs for Jerimuno here, but has to be careful though, because he's going really heavy on infantry. But if Mamelukes pops or something like that, Jerry could get in big trouble. 7 VS first as well, and refrigeration for India bots. So these players are going full greed so far. And I'm not sure who benefits the most out of that. Obviously, both teams are really happy to get away with super greedy booms. But I think Japan would be the most happy about that, just because of the strength of the units. But Portuguese, on the other hand, have the option to go for artillery, and we see he's training covering, probably anticipating flaming arrows or something like that, just putting the pressure on his TCs. And oh, Caravel being trained by India Bot as well. I missed that a bit. Um, yeah, definitely a good addition. Castle being headed by Jerimuno and training a few flaming arrows as well. And sending 2 as well, so he's gonna get a push with 5 flaming arrows, and yeah, that's quite a scary push. And Whale Hole coming in for India Bot, so going even more greedy than it was previously, and he's gonna go for Cove's organ guns and Castle's composition, which is definitely the correct choice and what you want versus the composition for Japan. Going heavy Yumi and flaming arrows. Hyunagi is being headed as well. Oh, nice volleys from the organ guns. Nice micro with the Dragoons, losing one in the process, but Jerimuno is gonna try to force the organ guns with his Yumis, but they're gonna get out of range, and then like the organ guns will get 3 volleys, and these guys are just insane versus range infantry. So, but 5 flaming arrows coming in, there's only one covering to deal with them, and oh, sorry, a bit of the bug, but yeah, 2 organ guns going down. A raid being shut down by the Dragoons, but he's losing a lot of castles meanwhile. And covering, getting in position, gonna try to snipe the flaming arrows, but the wall is almost down, and flaming arrows are gonna get in position and snipe this covering. So trading 1 cove for the flaming arrows is not that good. And but at the same time, Jerry's just losing a few cav to be sent to raid, and Nagi HP coming in. But does he have orchards? Is there berries on this map? There are a few on the island, but he will have to send his spears to gather from them, because otherwise he has no food to gather really. He's got 10 villagers on food somewhere. Oh, he's making a rice paddy already, so he's not planning on sending the orchard just yet. And not gonna train any more Nagis, but gonna train Yabusami instead. And this guy did really good versus organ guns. So organ guns are gonna try to kill as many UVs as possible, while the flaming arrows will pick up these organ guns. But then, oh, Mamelukes popping from TC, I didn't see that coming, and I mean, this is gonna be a cleanup for sure for Migo, and this game could be over here. Yapusami are really good with versus archery, but not that great early on versus cavalry before upgrades. Yeah, so Jerry transitioned everything to rice paddies, but it's going refrigeration as well, so going correctly. The ecos are really similar, but Indiobot definitely have the mass advantage right now. He's got much more units. He's got the entire water as well. Yeah, looking good for him. Meatman being called for Jerry, a few clubs and a few Nagis being trained as well, but is that enough to challenge these Dragoons and a few Mamelukes? I'm not entirely sure about that. Few Castles being trained as well. Oh, a few Nagis being popped as well. And economic theory going for Portuguese, so even going more greedy. Like we've seen full greed pretty much, beside flaming arrows and 5 Mamelukes, but Casador's going for a raid on the left hand side. Gonna get killed by these Nagis there. But still, a challenging mess of goons, Mamelukes, and now a few organ guns being added by India, but he's got so much coin income with all these wares and the upgrades he has with rendering plant and whale oil that he can definitely sustain his production, or even could decide to go H4 if he wants to. guess he's got some meals in his base. Not yet, he's gathering from berries, which is fine. How is Japan gonna deal with that? Dragoon combat coming in as well, so yeah, getting some strength. He's got the arsenal text as well. Aggies have neg HP, but Nagi's going in into the organ guns. They're gonna clean them like easily, but I mean the Mamluks are on the Yumis at the same time, and this can only be a good trade for India bot. Like more organ guns joining as well. A few Yabusame, but they're doing good damage versus Cav actually. 12 times 3.5, but I mean, still, there's a lot of Dragoons. They are coded, they have the arsenal tech, so they're like really good, and organ guns can just nuke the Gurmis really easily. But Yabusame in melee are actually better than in range versus artillery, because they ignore range resist. Few bots trying to find some gather location, but getting sniped by the TC and the castles. Yeah, I mean this is just looking good for bots, right? He's scaling better. He's got more eco. He's got more units. He's getting better trades overall. One thing to mention is I thought he would have to delete some boats, but no, actually there are a few whales on this side of the map as well, and Jerimuno is not denying the water at all in this game, and so Migo would be happy to get away with like pretty much, yeah, free water boom and free water for late game as well. Yomi should attack with Way of the Bow as well. So these Yumis are beefy, like 30 damage, they have the range buff, they also have an HP buff. So they are really good, but there's 5 organs to deal with that, and one frigate for Portuguese. Jerry is doing his best to kite his Dragoon and get as much value as possible. But you see the organ guns are just doing a ton of damage versus the Yumi archers, and Yabusame need like quite a bit of time to kill them, and this is still quite close fights. But the longer this goes, and the better it's gonna be for Portuguese for sure. His economy is insane. You know? I mean, at any point he's gonna try to age, because he will just be max pop at some point. Look at this rematch, like a lot of castles. Perhaps he forgot a few of them, but it's the caravan. Where's the frigate? Here, trying to harass, perhaps. Get some shrine kill on the shore. That would be actually something smart to do at this point, but it's not that like killing 2 shrine on the shore is that relevant at this stage of the game, so you perhaps want to focus on something more important. Yeah, Jerry's gonna get a few kills, but there's a lot of castles, and Yabusame, sure, but I mean, if you look at the score at this point, it's 320 to 220, and that just shows how big the gap is between like, Japan eco and Port eco, and the same story for military units. Improved warships. Ooh, that's a big batch of Nagi though. That could be a swing. All the Yumis are dead due to these organ guns, but the Nagis on the other hand are gonna clean the castles and perhaps the organ guns. But still, what's gonna remain after this trade? It's basically Dragoons and no Nagis anymore, so. So yeah, Indiabot is now pushing out. Oh, he's bull tricking the organ guns as well. Trying to get as much value. And Daimyo coming in for Jerimuno, but trying to boost the attack of the unit. Yabusame coming back. But these units are just so expensive, right? 150 coin every time. Trading Yabusame for Otter is good, sure, but when Portuguese have like infinite coin income pretty much, you're just getting bad trades, right? And yeah, I don't know what to say really, like Japan's score is staying the same, Portuguese score is just growing and growing, and like Migo is going H4 now, so I think this game is just pretty much over really. Like Migo could even get cleaned up and still probably would be fine. Daimyo raid on the side.
Estou ferido, não me posso mexer.
Oh, one organ gonna die. Well, it's gonna clean the organ guns. So ports will have to go back for the time being. Losing a few VS here. Yeah, industrial. So yeah, really well played by Indiobots. Well handled the early H3 pressure with the flaming arrows and stuff, and just yeah, really good Mamluk pop. And once you water booming and the opponent is not denying water and focusing on land, and you manage to clean up once, the game is pretty much over. Let's check all resources gathered. Well, yeah, Russia was quite equal for the first 15 minutes. Japan land boom being really strong if untouched, but Portuguese water boom is just getting much better at the later stages of the game. And I think this was the time, right? When it is in Mamluks, 15 minutes, yeah. 15 minutes, and we see these trades of here, 15 minutes, and Jerimuno just losing everything, basically, and Miko not losing much, and just snowballing from there. Alright, we'll take a 1 minute break, and we'll be right back for the next game. Alright, and we are back for the last game of this series between Jerimuno and IndiaBot. Um, the score is currently 3-1 for IndiaBot, so SKG is winning this series, but we'll see if Jerimuno will be able to get another win for his team. Like 3-2 is not a terrible performance as well, but 4-1 is quite different. Um, so we'll see. India, what is locking Iroquois, and Jerry's gonna go for Iroquois as well. And yeah, good spirit between these two players. A bit of friendly BM in game, but both players are being German, I think, and quite friendly to each others. So last game gonna be decided on an Iroquois mirror on ESOC Iowa. What do we have here? We've got a coin start, so none of them are going to be really pleased about that, but not the end of the world. Nice 95 wood treasure for Indiabot being spotted instantly, and Jerry's gonna find 3 sheep, which is less relevant, but perhaps he just wants to convert these renegade. He's gonna go for the treasure steal, getting some XP from the Comanchero. And yeah, both getting a renegado, but Indiabot getting the superior treasure here. He went for a market, interesting. Oh, Jerry went for a market actually. So he's gonna build a longhouse now. He's probably research hunting dogs. My bad, I was a bit AFK at the beginning. Um, no, he's got the coin, but he's not gathering the food just yet. The wood. My bad. Perhaps he's expecting to find the wood treasure. But anyway, if you can get away with that, just building a market is fine as well. Yeah, I guess Jerry had so much coin treasure in his base that he decided to drop a market and trade coin for wood to get the longhouse, which is fine. So you already get your market in transition. You don't delay your age up at all. Renegado scouting. Renegado scouting the middle of the map for Nico as well. And Indiabot went for a training post. Interesting choice. Did he gather the wood? I completely missed that as well. There's a nice 90-foot treasure in the middle of the map as well. And yeah, Nico is definitely going to work on that. He's got a one Renegado and he's got his comp ready, so he won't take any damage out of that. 3 villages for Jerry. And 3 VS for Migo. Um, so I was about to say that Jerry is gonna age slightly faster than Migo, but no, actually, because of this 90-foot treasure, Migo got pretty much the same food amount as Jerry, and as a result of that, he's got a training post while Jerry got a market, but no hunting dogs out of that. So definitely a better H1 for Migo, I would say. Training post mattering much more for Iroquois early on, opening many more possibility. You get smoother build orders with the early TP because of the XP you get, but you could also go for a fast age, and that's what IndiaBot is doing, I think. Yeah, he's going for the fast age for sure. It's been researched. We've got the messengers, the fast age, and the wise woman for Jerimuno. So IndiaBot is trying to camp the training post so far. Is he gonna go for the middle one? No, I don't think so. But Jerimuno at the same time, he's got a nice Pokemon army here. He's got one Renegado, one Pistolero, and a Tomahawk as well. So if Migo is trying to just deny the TP, it's not gonna work. And even the Travois, oh, he's not getting built as well because of the wall shift, and now it's gonna get denied. I think he cannot build it here, and like Renegados and natives and tomahawks do a lot of damage, but good thing for India, but Jerry didn't block it the best he could have, because otherwise this Travois could be dead. I remember some games. I think it was the Watch Eternity, the first edition. We've seen like Hero Mirrors and like Stu versus Hero, where Hero wanted to go for like Voice Woman and like just losing his Travois to the coveted Guardians from each one, and that's quite massive actually. But the result of this skirmish is just good for Jerimuno, right? Because Migos and Volcani, but he popped an enemy base. He's not like pressuring Jerimuno's base at all. And yeah, Jerry's even getting away with his warshift and probably gonna save it. The only thing quite regrettable for Jerimuno is that it doesn't have a trading post, and you know, if you want to go for some kind of semi fast fortress play as Iroquois, you really need a training post. It's going for Kanye first, which is as well questionable. Do you really need for Kanye to defend this pressure, like even getting delayed by not building the Wahat and things uh, from 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 India? But I don't think so. And yeah, sending for Kanye first when you don't have a training post feels a bit bad in my opinion. Canyon going for the snare as well. There are a few hyenas just not tomahawks, but pretty much trading a few tomahawks for the canyon now. And Jerry is really committing to these spurs, trying to catch as many units as he can, but being really confident to push out just yet because Indiabot could like follow his rush by another military shipment and totally change the output of this skirmish. But no, he went 600 wood trying to get the TP line out of that, and as a result, Jerimuno getting a good trade here, killing the big boy from India bot as well. Quite a good pickup. Will definitely help for the future of battles. Since the watch shift is giving an HP boost to the units around it's around 10%, I believe. Yeah, it's 10%. So yeah, Migo getting away with 2 TPs. His early pressure didn't accomplish much, but Jerimuno at the same time is following Volcani with 5 villages, so yeah, should be happy for the moment to get away with the arguably greedier builder. I don't think if you value 5 villager more than having a few trading posts, because XP is so valuable for Iroquois, and I'm not entirely sure about second Wahat going up for India, but trying to secure this position. Does he have stagecoach? Not just not yet. And yeah, I mean the problem when you fast stage with Hero to H2 is that hedging to H3 would take forever, and you're like weak to opponent semi FF, and you're weak to like early H3 timing pushes as well. I'm not sure who I'd rather be in this position. Jerry got another shipment on the way, I think. Raid coming in for India, but there are a few tomahawks being on the field for Jerimuno. India, but is gonna try to get another VL out of that, but it's gonna lose one Kanye and a lot of HP on the others. Jerimuno is sending 6 tomahawks right now, so definitely going for a push here, but he's not paying attention, and these Aenas from India but are getting a lot of value there. And I mean, half of Jerimuno's army is not around, so this trade went really well for India, but then that might be just what he needs to just stabilize from there and getting away with these 5 villager shipments. So Jerry's kind of missing his window here to punish. 6 Tomahawk being shipped while India bot was building his second Warhawk, so perhaps had the window to do something here. And Stagecoach as well for India bot, so India bot being really ahead in eco, and Jerimuno is not he's not trying to go for the Fortress Age, which could be an option versus that, but I think he's committed to play H2 now, and he's behind in eco. He lost 2 vs 2 raids as well. Mega got 2 TP Stagecoach so far, perhaps the third one later on. Jerry's gonna try to deny this TP, but Mega is reacting and he's gonna bring his army as well. And I think at this point, yeah, Jerry got a stable, which is good. I think he really needs some cap to challenge these ANMS. He's gonna get a few shots as well on this Kanye, so not getting a free kill, but getting a lot of HP. If Jerry can pop 5 Tomahawk here, I think it would be in a really solid, not 5 Tomahawk, 5 Kanye, it would be a really solid position to try to challenge these India bot's army here. But he's gonna lose a few Tomahawk in the process, and 20 HP training posts, it's not gonna go down. Jerry's not trying to force that, and a few Kanye over here, and Jerry's trying to take a fight here. There are a few reinforcements coming from the back, but it's gonna come down to micro here, because there are a few Tomahawks, but if Jerry can micro his cap super well, then he should be able to have a few remaining to kill the Yanis, but he's not doing that well. He's only got 1 Kanye remaining, but there's a reinforcing batch 3, and there's only a reinforcement for India bot, and yeah, this could be a cleanup for Jerry for sure. 2 Tomahawks remaining, but that's not enough to deal with that, and they're gonna get sniped by the Yanis as well. Like, good macro from Jerimuno for sure. Good macro, and then at the same time, I don't know, Jerry lost a lot of his infantry to get this clean up, so he's got the military advantage for sure, and he's gonna get a training quest for himself as well, but this game is definitely not over. Migo still have shot at this, but conservative tactics going in for Jerimuno. Same thing for India bot, but slightly too late, and I mean, sure, both their infantries are really good, but they don't have that much of a mass just yet, and I like this decision from Jerry going for the trading post instead of going for the Warhots, because he just had a good trade, I think, but it's not enough. He's going for a raid, but getting spotted, and following his push with the crates to even mass more, and I like this decision. He could also market trade the coin he's getting. He could market trade the coin to get additional wood and food for his batches, and that'll be quite a smart thing to do. Or he could just go for an age up here perhaps, but he's not going for it. He's gonna keep staying colonial and massing, and I really like this decision as well. He's going for the Lakota TP as well, but I'm not sure if the... Okay, so that's an H2 tag, so you can get them in H2, but I think they auto upgrade to H3 and they are better. I'm not entirely sure. Some Kanye going in for India, but so he built a stable behind it as well. And Jerry trying to go for a raid. He's getting a good position with his Kanye, but this supporting army is not here. And I mean, military and population are quite even, but Jerry got more cav, and I think he's got slightly more units. So it's gonna depend on how players will micro that. Like if your N is reinforcement coming in, but yeah, it's gonna come down to micro for sure, and I think Jerry got the better position here. Tomahawk going forward, Kanye not attacking every unit, some Kanye being in contact with Tomahawks as well, and Jerry's Tomahawks not really in contact with India bot's cavalry, so... Well, you know, I think that was looking good for Jerry, but that could be a cleanup for India, but I don't know, still 4 Kanye remaining, and there's not much remaining for Jerimuno. There's no anti-cav remaining for India bot as well. Still a few Tomahawks, but what the reinforcements, there are like 8 Tomahawks going in for India bot, and doesn't have any batch of cav. It doesn't seem like it. Let's check units in queue. He's got one canyon, Kevin. He will probably get a decent patch, but no, he's prioritizing tomahawks here. So another cleanup for Jerimuno and getting a trade, getting a good raid as well, like killing one villager. Not super relevant in this stage of the game, losing one canyon for that. But yeah, good reinforcements for Jerimuno as well. 7 hyena achievements. And yeah, a few canyon as well um, for India, but there are a few tomahawks and they are caught in. India is going full tomahawks at this point and tanking with villagers as well. There's not that much infantry. There's not that much infantry to challenge the tomahawk mass, and the canyon are just gonna drop immediately to the tomahawk. So yeah, Jerry's gonna pull them back. This is really tense game, really back and forth. And yeah, India but is gonna call GG here. Really solid game from Jerimuno. Yeah, he was looking quite tough at the beginning. India bots getting away with that with his stagecoach, but Jerimuno managed to like pull a really good timing and winning the fight, getting the TPs behind it, and just pressuring India bot's hunt. Yeah, that was a really tense game and really well played by Jerimuno. We see India bot being slightly ahead in economy of this game because he was getting the stagecoach basically, but check military unit population. So Migo had slightly more units in this fight, but I think Jerimuno's composition was slightly better, and um, both players' micro was really on point on this fight and ending up in a really close fight. Then Jerry's reinforcements being slightly better, but just Migo being like a bit too far away in military for pulling a comeback here.